Hello everybody, I'm Marjorie Butterworth. Welcome to 2 Minutes with Marjorie. If you've just joined us, we're making homemade cards today. Now, I'm very lucky. I do have quite a big box of scraps. Right, here it is. And then this is just one of my boxes of scraps. And hopefully you managed to get your hands on some scraps too. Now, I've pulled out some of my favourite pieces. You know, I've got this lovely one, I've got this lovely one, I've got this lovely one. You know, there's so many nice bits in here. And you'll find that if you do get into sewing, that you're going to have lots of scraps too. Oh, my 2-minute timer. Right, this is 2 minutes with Marjorie. Right, timer. So, given that we're going to be making handmade cards like this, we need to choose 3 colours. All right, 3 colours is the sort of golden number. You know, if you choose more than 3, it's all a bit much, but 3 is really good. And I've got some tips on how to choose, but I'd say to get going, you know, rather than be bound by the rules, just see what you like. What are you in the mood for? I mean, for me, you know, I'm quite a seasonal worker, a seasonal crafter. So it's January. No, for me, January is quite a cool month, all right? So I might be in the mood to choose colours that reflect that. Maybe some blues, maybe some whites, you know, maybe some silvers, if I happen to have any silver fabric. Greys, you could maybe get away with. A nicely placed grey is not a bad colour. But for today's project, you know, I really want to make a card for my friend. She's called Dawn, and she's got a birthday coming up in early February. And there's nothing that gets me going more than thinking, this is for somebody specific. This is a gift that I'm making for them. So I think about Dawn, and I think, well, what colour is Dawn? To me, she wears a lot of pink. She's always wearing a pink dress. She's always got pink lipstick on. She's got bright red glasses. She's quite glamorous, actually, is Dawn. So immediately I'm seeing this lovely red and I'm thinking, yeah, that's quite Dawn-like. I'm also thinking gold when I think of Dawn. And I know already, just from experience, that red and yellow is a really nice combination. So I'm just going to have a hunt around in my box to see if I've got a yellow or a gold. I mean, I doubt I'll have gold, but I might have a yellow, a warm yellow, that would go with that red. Something that I think Dawn would like. Yeah, so I have to sort of churn through. I mean, this might go everywhere. But yeah, take your time, have fun, because this really is the creative bit. You know, this is the bit where you're expressing your personalities, choosing colour combinations that are particular to you. Right, I am actually struggling for yellow, but I do know, well, if I haven't got anything in here, I do know I have got a nice piece of yellow, but it might be a bit busy. Because what is good for a log cabin is if you do incorporate some plain colours. As you can see, we've got this colour, that's sort of gold actually, and then we've got some plains, and it just helps to focus the eye when you've got, you know, plain with busy, as I would call it, busy material, plain fabric. Now this red is quite busy, and I've got a lot of red in my collection. So what I might do is I might start with my yellow. Right, so I think I'm going to find it more difficult to find a yellow, whereas reds, I've got reds coming out my ears. Bear with. I've got a lovely golden colour here, and I think put with the right thing, Dawn would like that. There's a bit of resistance coming up, I can feel, because it's January, and to me that's a very summery colour. But you know, Dawn is a very summery person, so you know, let's put my own feelings aside, you know, and start with that. Now, we wanted red, didn't we? And I know that I've got some plain reds, and I think that is going to be better placed, you know, a plain with that busy colour. So already I've got 2 there. Okay, now the next thing I'm thinking is, well, I need a third really. They look quite good together, don't they? Yeah, I need a third colour, but what colour would go in with that isn't going to, you know, bamboozle you, basically? And this is where the colour wheel can come in. Very helpful, actually. Colour wheels is a sort of a triangle situation. So basically, well, like a compass, you know, what you would do is you'd find your colour that you know you're going to use, and you point like the pointy bit of the triangle to it. So let's say yellow for that. I want to go on here, don't I? Right, yellow, 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 yellow. Spin that round. Now it's saying to me that the options would be oranges and reds. It would say, and that's good because we know we want that, and we've got greens on to the side. It could also go purple and blue. Ooh, it's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot of choices. Ah, dear. Right, okay. Well, we know we want orange and we know we want red. So I think in this situation, a blue is going to do well for us. Which I wasn't expecting it to say. Is that going to be dark enough? I'll have to have a look when I put it all together. I've lost it. Tell me. Oh, there. Right, okay. It's saying that a blue would go nicely with those. So let's have a look at what blues I've got, because it all depends on the type of blue, doesn't it? You know, you don't just want to chuck any old blue. And before I actually do that, I can see there's another colour that's caught me. But yeah, blue. I mean, that is very nice, actually. That's quite nice. Maybe a tad darker on the blue might be better. This purple is also standing out, but that, again, actually is a bit dark. I'm going to see if I've got another blue, which is, maybe it's a purpley blue that's a bit darker than that. That might complement a bit more. That would be all right. It's a bit overkill. So this is really time for you to have a play, you know. Don't feel, oh, I've got to rush this bit. You know, spread it out on the floor. Make a mess. You know, you can always tidy it up again afterwards. This is where you put your feeling into it. And, you know, if you start to get all confused, you know, walk out the room, you know, do something else for a bit. But yeah, my options for this are saying blue, or I could stick and do more sort of oranges. That might be nice, because if we've got a red and we've got a yellow, maybe a nice orange would actually go very well. So let's see if there's an orange in here, a plain orange though. We don't want to go bonkers with the patterns. I mean, that's sort of orange, but that's just a bit too much, and there's not very much of it either. So we got that, and now I'm looking for a nice orange, a plain orange to go alongside. And this can happen, you know, you can get these ideas, but then you find you haven't actually got the material to back it up with, which often happens to me. But again, you know, we work with the parameters we've been given. And I can see a nice orange here. I mean, that orange, for me, is pretty hideous, as it is on its own, which is probably why I haven't used it. But put it alongside the right things, and you never know, it could work. I mean, I am prepared to take a gamble on that. Am I saying that? I mean, for the purpose of the video, I'd do it, but I think that orange is pretty vile. I need to rethink this. I'm thinking I'm going to go back to blue. So you can see it's a sort of, you need to keep like milking the cow sort of thing until you feel like you really got somewhere. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll let you have a play whilst I have a play, and then I'll meet you back once you've got your chosen fabrics. All right? Let's press stop on the video.